So for what we have seen, that how to construct the tuples and how to use the tuples, right? So there are different methods associated with tuples. So those are basically similar to list methods and string method as well. Now you can see that the difference between the tuples and list we have discussed, that is with the bracket, where list use the third bracket, and here in tuple we are using first bracket, right? So we can check the length of a tuple using the same function, same method, len. Then we can use mixture of object type, means whether it's string or value, any numerical value, we can use that inside the list, inside the tuples. You can check that type. You can call the values by indexing, positive indexing or negative indexing. So all these methods are applicable to tuples also. We have seen how we can unpack tuple, means without using this first bracket. We can write this and it will be also an example of tuple. Okay. So these are the methods: index, how to find out index, and how to count the entities inside the tuple. So all these things are done. Now, the basic difference between list and tuple is that list elements can be modified, but once tuple is created, the elements inside the tuple cannot be modified. So if you are trying to modify any one of this entity by this method, that you are assigning this T0 element with some other value, so it will give you some error, right? So you will see type error, tuple object does not support item assignment. So that means you cannot change or modify this tuple values once it is created. Now, many of you have asked that why we will use tuple, and that is also discussed, that when your values are fixed, like your roll numbers, your or dates of a month, okay, or days in a week, so these are already fixed. If you are trying to include these in your program, so instead of list you can use tuple, so that by chance it will not get be modified. Okay, so how to create some empty tuple? Okay, and how to create tuple with single element, indexing, slicing examples. I've not run this now. Okay, I think I can start today's topic. Okay, so today I will just show you why this kind of tuple are very much useful in Python, and then you go to the dictionary and then the conditional statements. Okay. So now if I am asking you that you are given 3 proteins, okay, oh sorry, 2 proteins. One protein molecular weight is 30 and another protein molecular weight is 50. Okay, so now you are given 2 append-off, and inside that append-off you are putting that protein sample. Now if I am saying that you just swap the content, okay, with the other, so that means this 50 kilodalton protein and this 30 kilodalton protein, you need to swap the container. So how you can do that? Yes, can you repeat? I cannot
using a third container.
Okay.
Using a third container.
Yes, very good. Using a third container, right? So can you explain that thing?
So suppose A, B, and C are we name the three containers. So first we put the A and B are the two containers containing the protein.
Mm-hmm.
We will take the content of A to C. Then
Right.
we will put the B in A and again then C in B. So ultimately A and B got swiped.
Very good. So that is the swapping. That is known as swapping. So in programming, sometimes you need this method for some purpose. And now you can see this. So I cannot stop this because it's a GIF image. Now, when the first step is coming, you just note that there are two containers, 30 and 50. Now you are taking another temporary container. And this way, easily you can swap the two proteins. Right? First, second step, third step, as you mentioned, and fourth step. So, in general, many programming language uses this temporary variable concept. And now here, if we are using tuples, now you can see that, is it visible? This slide is visible?
Yes, sir.
So we are taking two values. So say for example, I'm changing these values as that was in the diagram. So one is 50 and another is 30. Now, in any other programming language, you need to use some temporary variable and then you can swap these things. Means the A value will be 30 and B value will be 50. Now here, you can use tuple to do it in a very simple way. Say for example, you are writing this or you are creating this tuple A comma B within first bracket and then equal to, you are writing in reverse order, that means B comma A. Now there is the program behind this tuple, it is already assigning that this A value is now will be stored in B and the B value will be stored in A. Okay, or in other way you can think of like this, that this is your variable, so you are creating a new variable and this is the variable given here. So now this B value will be stored in A and this A value will be stored in B. So this is the conventional way. So left hand side is the container and right hand side is the value. So now you place your values inside the tuple in this way and you can modify this tuple according to your choice. Okay, and now you print A comma B. So what you are getting, that A value is 30 and B value is 50. You don't require any temporary variable. Easy? Do you understand that? How you can swap two values without using a temporary variable?
Yes.
Okay. If you have any
Yes.
doubt, you can tell me. All right. So then we are moving to the next topic, that is dictionary. Okay. Now, if I ask you what is a dictionary, I think everybody has seen some dictionary. English to Bengali, Bengali to English, English to English, right? So what is the function of a dictionary? Why we use dictionary? Very basic question. Can anyone say
To
that?
know the meaning of words.
Yeah,
To store.
To know the meaning of words.
yeah. To know the meaning of the words, right? Any other clue? Any
So
other?
to store the
Sir,
values
also
or
gain our
words.
stock of words.
One by one. Yes.
Increase our stock of words.
Okay, increase your stock of words. Fine. But uh, what is the purpose of a dictionary? You can
That
you
to
Actual
can
store.
meaning,
So
actual
to store
meaning
the
or
values or words.
yes. What you are saying? To store values.
Or words.
Yeah. To store words. Right. Any other thing? Any other answer? Yes. All these are correct. To store words. To know some meaning. Any other feature of a dictionary? When you are searching for a word in the dictionary, how you will find that thing?
Spelling of a words.
Okay, spelling of a word. Yes, you are going to the correct answer. Then the spelling is required.
Arrangement.
Right, right. So that is how that words are arranged in a dictionary. So it is alphabetically sorted already. If you have noticed that it starts with A, then B, then C, then D, and up to Z, isn't it? So that's why you can easily find out the word which starts with which alphabet. So you can directly go to that alphabet, starting alphabet, and then you will start to find out the dictionary. It is the logic. Okay. So that means here each alphabet is your key, right? Each alphabet is your key, and the words which starts with that alphabet are the values. So this is the concept which is applied in computational science, that key value pair, and that is known as dictionary. Okay, and here this is also known as mapping in Python. So we'll see how we can construct a dictionary and how we can access the dictionary elements, and what is the purpose of this kind of dictionary in Python. Okay, so in the last class also I told you another example, that when in your class you may have seen that your friend, uh, within your friends, some names are exactly same, name and surname. Okay, so if the teacher is calling them by name, so both of them will raise their hands. Okay, and to avoid such situation, the roll number concept has came, and the roll numbers are unique. Roll numbers are not repeated in a class, right? So this roll number and corresponding name is a pair. You can call the roll number, and that student name will appear. The student will raise his or her hand. So this is the concept. This is a pair, roll number and name. So what is the basic features of this kind of use? Means the roll number and name, these are unique. The pair is unique. And if you follow that roll numbers are unique, but there might be repetition in the values. That means the names. Names may be repeated. There is no problem in that. Sometimes this kind of situation happens when you will write some code and you will find that the identifier, which is a unique number, but the name of the genes or name of the aliases, you have heard about these terminologies in biological science. So those may be same. So identifier is same, but the gene name are different. Okay. So then obviously what you need to do, you need to assign, you need to fix the identifier name so that you can map the gene names which are similar to that identifier only. Okay. Am I clear why the dictionaries is required? Do you understand the utilities of dictionary? So then I'll move to how to construct a dictionary in Python programming language. This is very easy to construct the key value pair. Okay, so see this example. First example, there is a variable. So you can use any variable to name the dictionary. Okay. Now, after equal symbol, again you need to put some parentheses, and that is curly braces or second bracket. We sometimes use that language, that second bracket, and within that, how to use this key and value pair. So we need to write that in this way. Within quotes the key, then colon, then within quotes value, comma, this is separator, and next key, that is key 2, colon, the next value. Now you need to remember that when we are fixing this thing, these are fixed. So this value is paired with this key only. It cannot pair with key 2. Okay. This value is paired with key 2, not key 1. Like your roll number and names. Roll number and names. Okay. So this is the easiest way to make a dictionary. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So next is, so you have seen that we have created tuples, we have created list, and we have accessed that element from that list. So next is how we can access the values from this dictionary. So for that, you need to use this syntax, that is my dict, that is the dictionary name, within third bracket, the key which you are calling for this value. So that means if I run this, so you will get only value 1. Okay, because you are asking for the key 1 from this dictionary. So if you are asking key 2 value, so you change that and you are getting this value. Okay, by this way you can call values by their keys. Now it should be noted that these values or the what elements we are using inside the dictionary, that is flexible. So you can use string, you can use number, you can use list. Okay, you can use tuple. All these are possible in case of key value pair. Okay, say for example, here you can see in this example, the key 1 has the value corresponding value 1, 2, 3. So this is the number. Now key 4, this is another key which has a string. Now key 2, which has a list, right? So this can be possible. You can construct if your problem has some thing like this, that the values of a key are again some list elements. So you can create the dictionary in this way also. There is no harm. And easily you can call these values by their key as it is. So you will get this if I am calling key 3. So what it will give us? So this thing, item 0, item 1, item 3. Very straightforward, right? Now, if you can remember that we have also discussed about the nested list. So that means that matrix kind of things, right? Where row and column are there. So just like that, if we are searching for this item 2, okay, so that means key 3 values are stored in a list, and we are searching for the second element of that list. So we can directly use in that. So dictionary name after the key, and after that within third bracket this position, this index 2. Okay, so if we run this, we are getting the item 2. So these are the example how you can use this dictionary, and easily you can make this item in uppercase like this. You can see that this 0th position element in uppercase now. So upper and lower. So these are the methods which are applicable on the string, and now we are applying that concept here using a dictionary key value pair concept. Okay, many things can be possible, can be done using this dictionary concept. Okay, now you can perform some mathematics or calculation also. Say for example, if it is, you know that key 1 value is here 1, 2, 3, so you can subtract 1, 2, 3 from the value. Okay, so if you write in this way, so it will work, and now you are getting the result -1 because we are hard coded it 1 to 4 and it was 1 to 3, so you are getting the result. So these kind of calculations are also possible. Okay. Okay. So same for dictionary. If you are creating a new dictionary, so you need to put 2 curly braces without anything inside that. So that means you are creating a empty dictionary. Okay. And then if you are trying to put some value, so earlier what we have done here, you can see that we have directly written the key value pair separated by comma. Okay, so that is one way you can do that to construct a dictionary. Another way is, so you are taking a blank dictionary, and now you are creating a key through assignment. That means you are writing D animal within third bracket, animal with the quotes because it is a string, equals another string monkey. Okay, so then again you are creating another key value pair, so D of answer equal to 42. Okay, so that means this is the key and this is the value. Now what you will get if I run D now? Are you getting the question? So we have created a blank dictionary, then we are creating a new key and its value, new key and its value. So this is the way how we can insert some key value inside a dictionary. Now if I am trying to print that whole dictionary, so what I will get?
Animal colon monkey and answer colon 42.
Right, and those are separated by comma, right? So those are key value pairs, 2 key value pairs, and within the second bracket, because that is signify that this is a dictionary. Okay. Good.
স্যার আগেরটা একবার বলবেন, ওই যেখানে -123 করেছেন ওটা।
This one?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
Now, this one is very easy because we have already created this dictionary. Okay, where we have included that 1, 2, 3 is paired with key 1. Okay, now we are calling that key 1, which is showing that value 1, 2, 3, which is associated to this key. So that means the key value pair, the value is 1, 2, 3. Now here it is saying that we can apply some calculation based on these values. So if we are writing this key 1 minus 1 to 4, so then this key 1 now is minus 1, because you have already done this calculation and you are assigning that key 1 by this rule, this key 1, because the key 1 value is changed now because you are calculating something. This is a test case. Okay.
Okay, sir. That's true.
Okay, I'm not going to nesting with dictionaries because you can use it if you know how to use dictionary. And if required, then we'll discuss if some problems, to solve some problems we need to use this kind of nested dictionary, then we will focus on this. Otherwise, I'm not going to the details of this nesting of dictionaries. Okay, now some dictionary methods. Say for example, here you can see everyone look at this dictionary very carefully. So there are 4 keys, right? Key 1, key 2, key 3, and key 1. Now I'm running this. So this key value, you can check that key 1 has 10, key 2, 2, key 3, 3, and key 1, 4. Okay, so I'm running this. Now, if I am trying to return the keys only, so that concept is, for that, there is a keyword like .keys method, so which can be applied on a particular dictionary. So d.keys, if I run this, so I will get all the keys in a list. So what do you think? What we will get?
The key 1, comma, key 2, comma, key 3, comma, key 4, all in third bracket.
So I that's why I told you to check this dictionary keys very carefully, that key 1, key 2, key 3, and key 1. This is not key 4. Okay. And now what will happen if we run this?
Key 1, key 2, key 3.
Key 1, key 2, key 3. So there was 4 keys and now you are getting 3 keys. Why so? I explained that logic. Can you tell me that? Why you are getting this key 1, key 2, and key 3? Why the other key 1 is missing?
Because of same index, sir.
Not same index, but for same keys. The keys are exactly similar. So by default, the dictionary will give you only the unique keys. Okay. Now, the important point is that now when you are trying to get the values from these keys, so then what will happen? Are you getting my point? So
First value will be displayed.
now that is the question. So which value will be displayed? So key 1 has 10 value as well as 4 value, right?
If we mention that time, we can get the last key 1 value. If we mention the position like colon 3, print key 3.
No, is it allowed in dictionary? I don't know.
So both the values will be displayed.
No, how it is possible? because the idea is the keys are unique, just like your roll number. It cannot be repeated. Okay. So however, I know that this is a random process, and if you run, say for example, here I'm getting 4, 2, 3. So that means key 1 here is taking the value 4, and key 2, key 3 are fixed, so 2 or 3, no problem. But if you run it multiple times, you may get that this D value is changed. Okay. So you need to perform this experiment multiple times. So this is a random process. The key 1 can be 10. You can see 10 value over here also. So that's why I am saying that when you are using the dictionary, so keep in mind that keys should be unique. Otherwise, this kind of problem will be arise.
Sir, is
Yes.
there any kind of case that if there is two type of keys and their value was the least value was always fast accepted, because every time here they chose the four
No.
value.
I don't know actually, because this is a random process. So when they are searching for these keys, so any one of these keys will be taken and that value will be printed. It is not that associated with the value. Okay, say for example, here I have given two values, 10 and 4, but it may be different strings also. Okay, so then what logic you will apply for that? So any one of those strings can be seen when you are running this thing, d dot value. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So if
Sir,
you
in this case, when we put the D values, why it choose only the 4 2 3? Why not the 10 2 3?
yes,
Because key one
that is why I am saying that this is a random process. So if you run this multiple times, means 1,000 times or so, so some of the times you will get that 10s are also coming. Okay, instead of 4, because it is a random process. Okay.
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 Sir, if we in case if we put two values of one key, I mean key 1, এখানে আমরা যদি মানে 10 আর 4 যদি একসাথে দিই তাহলে কি হবে, মানে সেটা কি ঠিক?
Yes, in that case you need to make a list, otherwise how you can put that? You are saying that this kind of thing.
হ্যাঁ,
Yes. So in that case, no, key 1 is same, na? You cannot do that. So you need to change this key 4. So then you can write. Yeah. Now key 1 value is 10 4. Okay. So key 1 cannot be same. So then again you will be in same trouble, because you have not modified the keys, but you have modified the values. I am again repeating that keys are unique, not the values. Keys are unique. So if you by mistake, if you have done this thing, so it will take any of this key from the duplicate keys. All right. Okay. And if you want to take both of these items, that is key value pair as it is, so there is a method known as dot item. So you can apply this on this dictionary D. So D dot items will show you that key 1, 4, key 2, 2, key 3, 3. Okay, the same thing with key value pair. Now the question, no, I think this is clear. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. I can repeat. All right. Now the question is, every time when you will run this thing, so you are getting this as well. So that means this dictionary keys, where from it is coming. If you also print this, no problem, we can try that also, because I told you in last class also that it is a good practice to use the print statement, because when you are running in Anaconda or Jupyter notebook, there is no problem. But if you run it in any other machine where the Jupyter notebook is not there, you can run it in PyCharm or you can run it in IDLE. So then you will not get any output because of the missing of this print statement. So whenever something is printed out, so you need to write this word print. Even if you are writing in Jupyter notebook, you practice this thing, you write print every time, so that you will see the output like this. Now the question is, where from this is coming? You have not printed that thing. Isn't it? You have just tried to print the keys, and the method is d.keys. And you are expecting that only key 1, key 2, key 3. So why you are getting this? Obviously, this is very easy to understand that these are already written codes. So that means this is a method dot keys, and you're calling that method. And when the program written behind this dot keys method, there is a syntax already, not syntax, there is a phrase or keywords already attached with the output, that is dictionary keys. So it is specifying that these are the dictionary keys. Okay, this is for the test purpose. You are trying to take these things. Now the question is, if you don't want to show what it is, dictionary keys or anything, so you know that, and now you want to show only the results without the dictionary keys. So how you can do that? So for that, now you take this inside a list. Okay. So d dot keys, and you take these items, the keys, within a list. The name of the variable is list. You can change the variable name, no problem. And then I gave you one home task in the first class of list, that how to print the list elements. Okay, now if you are printing like this, print list, so let's check what we are getting. The same thing, isn't it? The same thing you are getting. So it is of no use. We cannot directly print the list element by this way. So another method is that star list. Okay, the next line you follow star list. This is a notation used in Python language. Star list, comma. Now you are specifying the separator by which you want to separate the list items, and that is here given as comma. Now if you run again, you are getting that key 1, key 2, and key 3, which are separated by comma. Now you can change this separator also. If you are trying to put it star, so you put here star, and you will see that those are separated by star. So this is only a separator, nothing else. The main thing is this syntax star list, which is used here to get the keys separated by the separator. Okay. Done? Any doubt?
So if we not give anything in that shape, will it join the keys?
Yeah, by default, I guess it will take the space or comma. I forgot. Let's check. Yeah, space. By default, it is taking space. Okay. So separator is space volume by default, if you are not mentioning the separator particular. Got it? Well, Any other questions?
স্যার
So
এটা
this,
আরেকবার দেখাবেন যে স্পেস দিয়ে কিভাবে সেপারেট হচ্ছে?
okay, this is by default, if you are using star list, so it will print these keys with space only. Okay. The separator by default separator is space, and if you want to separate these keys by comma, so then you need to manually fix this separator by this way: comma, separator, comma, save equals comma. Okay. Well, good. So these are the very basics of dictionary. I am not going to the nested dictionaries or any other difficulties associated with dictionaries right now. If we need to apply this kind of thing, so then we'll discuss. All right. Now we are jumping to another thing, that is conditional statements. Okay, before that, now I can see that around 80 students are there. So if you have any kind of problems associated with this uploading of the file, you can tell me, you can inform me.
Yes, sir. Sir, I cannot convert the PY file to the PDF file.
So I didn't told you to make it PDF file. I told you to make the PY file. That means you go to this, if you are using Jupyter Notebook, so then go to file, download as. Now here is an option Python Py. So you click on this, it will be, you will be, you can save this thing. So if you are trying to save this, you can check that. I'm trying to save it.
স্যার
Now,
এরকম আমাকে কিছু দেখাচ্ছে না।
what you are using, which browser you are using? It is Edge, or it is Chrome, or it is Mozilla?
Sir, I don't know actually. মানে I don't know much of this laptop things, the computer.
So see this symbol, can you see here my cursor? So
Yes.
this is Chrome, and this symbol is for Edge, Microsoft Edge. Okay, so which browser you are using? When you are opening this Jupyter Notebook, by which browser it is opening? This is Edge. So that you need to check.
Okay, okay.
If your browser is Edge, so you will find this kind of notation is coming, and what you can do, you can click here, this 3 dot symbol, so it will expand, and there an option given keep. So that means this file, as it is a .py file, so computer is saying that it may harm your device, but you know that this is your program, so it will not harm your computer. So you keep this file, and it will be downloaded. Okay, it will be downloaded, and then you can open that thing from this open file, or you can go directly to the directory while saved, and then open it, no problem. And if you are facing any kind of problem
But sir, when I want to attach the file or upload the file, then I cannot find the file. Like
no, you need to check where it is saved. If it is a download
it is
folder,
already saved in the Jupyter Notebook file.
no, when you are downloading, so from I showed you how to convert this file, or you can upload that file also, Jupyter Notebook file also, because I will check it, no problem. You can, I can run it from Jupyter Notebook also, so no problem. You can upload the IPy-NB file also. Okay, so that means this one, this type of file. If you are getting this type of file,
Yes, sir. This type of file.
yes, so then upload this, no problem with me.
স্যার হাউ টু আপলোড, মানে এখান থেকে আপলোডটা করব কি করে, মানে ওটাই তো পাচ্ছি না অপশনে।
Okay, so for that file, download, okay, so notebook or .py, so these options are there.
Yes.
So now you can select which folder you want to save. So that depends on your browser. Repeatedly, I am telling that depends on your browser. So you need to check your browser, which browser you are using.
Okay, sir.
And if possible, you can share with me. Then I can tell you what to do.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So any other problem? So if not, so then we will move to the conditional statements. That is if, elif, else statements. So before that, I'm sharing another slide. Yes. Is it visible? Okay. If I am asking you that, have you taken your breakfast? So what you will say?
No,
Yes
sir.
or no?
Yes or no. So that means you are checking this condition. I am giving you a condition that whether you have taken your food or not. So when I am asking something, so that means it may have different answers. Right? It may have different answers. And in computer language, when you are trying to apply this kind of knowledge, so you need to use some loop. Conditional statements. Okay. And simply you can check that if I am giving you some number, say for 0, and you want to check that whether x is greater than 0. Okay, so if you are checking in this way, and then you can print the output. If it is true, then only it will print x is positive. So if is a condition which is checking that whether x is greater than 0. If it is true, so then it will be printed x is positive. So this is called conditional statements. You are applying some condition based on your problem. Okay, and you can follow the syntax. If is a keyword, after that you are putting your condition, then colon, and if you are using some ideally or any kind of PyCharm or Jupyter Notebook, you will see that when you are pressing the enter, so it is taking some gaps in front of the line, and then the print, you can type the print. Okay, so that means this line is shifted right towards this rightward direction, and this is known as indentation. I took 6 lectures, but I have not mentioned this thing because we didn't use this thing earlier. But now we are going to use this kind of indentation, and which is very much essential in Python program. Okay, this is known as indentation, this gap. We will see during the example test case. Now, this has some structure. We are not going to this because this is kind of function structure also similar to this. We will look into that when we are going to explain function, not now. Now, the second feature is that you can apply n number of conditions. Okay, there is no limitation. But for some purpose, when you don't want to calculate something or you don't want to check something, so you can simply use pass. This is another keyword. So you can use pass. So it will just overlook that previous thing. Okay, previous check. So that is another case. We will discuss the use of pass or break whenever required. Now, so earlier we have seen a simple test case, that is x greater than 0. It will print that yes, it is true. That kind of simple statement. Now, it doesn't mean that always it will be true. It may be false, right? That X value, what we are going to put in that X variable. So if it is minus 10, so in that case, that will not true, right? So minus 10 is not greater than 0. In that case, that output will be false. And that false statement you can collect in alternative execution. So that means, suppose I am asking that write a program to check an user given number is even or odd. So user will input from keyboard a number, say for example 100 or 1000 or minus 10 or any number he or she can give, and the program will check that whether the number is even or odd. It will show you the output. So how you can do that? So what logic you will apply to identify the even or odd number? So in Python, that is very easy, because you know that if you divide some number by 2 and the remainder is 0, so that number will be treated as what? Even or odd?
Even.
Even. And the alternate, if it is not even, obviously it will be odd. Nothing is there, right? So you can write this in this fashion. If x modulo equal to 0, print x is even, else print x is odd. Now your job is to write 2 lines or 1 line above this 4 lines. That is, you need to take one integer x, and which you can which you can insert from the keyboard, right? So this x is not fixed.
Sir, why
X,
there is a colon after 0?
yes, that is the syntax. I told earlier that if
This
statement,
full statement is a syntax.
yes, full statement is the syntax, but you can modify this condition. Okay, after this if keyword, you can modify this condition, and then according to your choice, you are comparing that value will be equal to 0 or not. So that is why you are using equal to, not equal. If you are by mistake you have placed single equal, so you will not get the correct answer. It will be false, because you are comparing that this x modulo 2, what is there, that value equal to 0 or not. You are comparing, and based on that you are printing x is even. If it is true, it will print x is even. If it is false, it will go to the next condition, else condition it will check, and there it will find that print x is odd. It will be printed x is odd. Okay, so we will check by an example soon. Now next, yeah. So sometimes other condition can be checked. Not only if and else, 2 conditions. There might be 3 or 4 or more conditions can be checked. Say for example, here in this case, we are checking whether x is less than y or x is greater than y, else x and y are equal. Okay. Now this is logical. If you are you can try that at your home, that you just first try to compare that whether x and y are equal, and then check whether x is less than y, and else you print x is greater than y. So that is your homework, that this kind of conditional statements must be followed in an order. You cannot change it randomly, and in that case you will get some error. Means you will get the result, but that result will be erroneous. Okay. So my point is, you take a value, you check that whether those are equal, and then first you check whether those are equal, and then check whether it is less than y, and else you print x greater than y. Okay. So same thing, you try in another way and check what you are getting. Okay. So yeah, nested conditional loop. So you can see that we can do it many different way. If, then we are using else also, and under these else we are again using if else. Okay. So this may be sometimes complicated. So if you don't need to use this, then don't use. You can be concentrated on this if, elif, and else statements. This is very clearly written, and you can find out the output easily. Okay. Yeah. So this slide is very much important because I know that some of you have already used this kind of if else or if elif else loops, conditional statements. But why you are using this, if I ask you, so sometimes you may stop. So this is the clue that if condition is tested or executed only if condition is true. Elif, you are checking another condition, executed only if condition was false and other condition is true. And if both the condition fails, so then it will go to the next condition, that is else, and it will be executed only if both condition and both that first condition and the second condition both are false. So then only else will be executed. So this is the logic behind if, elif, and else.
Sir, আগের স্লাইডটা দেখাবেন?
This one?
হ্যাঁ।
Okay, this is a nested conditional loop. I am not going to this much details because then if we have not used any kind of nested condition or any if else condition at all, so it will be some kind of difficulty will be there. So better you concentrate on this simple conditional statements if, elif, else, so that will be helpful. So that is my point. You can do it many different way.
Sir, hello sir.
Yes.
Sir, I'm trying to run it in notebook, but the thing is, it is showing else invalid syntax. Why it is?
Which one?
Sir, this if else statement.
No.
I'm
what
trying
you
to
are,
run it.
What you are trying to run? Which statement?
I have taken an input and I'm order even, that simple order even one. So it is telling that else, it is highlighting else, and it is
After
giving
else
the
there is a
error.
colon.
Yes, sir, I have given it.
Hmm.
Still it is showing the else colon part, it is highlighted and it is giving syntax error, invalid syntax.
So have you maintained the indentation?
What I need to do is I did not get that.
Okay, so
If yes sir.
So we'll check that. Just there will be a, after this colon, if you press enter, it will automatically take some spaces, and then you need to write print, and then you enter, then again go back, and from this indent you write else. So this indentation is important. I will show you when I will run this code. Okay, wait for some time. I can show you. So just, but it is
Sir.
already 10.
Sir,
Yes.
we have class now from
Yes,
10.
yes. That's why I'm saying that. You can leave. You can leave. I am just showing him that how you can use that thing. And next week we'll discuss this thing again. Okay.
Sir, it is working now.
Yes, sir.
I guess
is
it
what-
is problem with yes sir.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Great. Please repeat sir once more time. Which one? Swayed written. I don't know. Okay, Swayed, you can ask me in the next class at what part to be repeated. All right. Yeah. Okay, you can leave.